I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast.
So today a dad asked me, what would be your top three pieces of advice to somebody? Like, what are your best parenting tips? Which really threw me off guard because I hadn't really thought of that before. But I thought about it for a moment, and I think for me, the number one most important thing is to see things from your child's perspective. I know when I was growing up, I was so bummed all the time because I never got to make any decisions. I couldn't control my life. I didn't have any say-so in anything. My dad would always say, when you're 18, then you can do what you want. And until then, basically, I own you and you have to do what I say, and I own everything, even the money I earned and the things I had. And it just really frustrated me. And when I went out on my own, it was so exciting for me to do things where I got to make choices like grocery shop and, things like that. So as I was raising my kids, I really tried to look at them and understand where they're coming from. How are they feeling? How are they seeing it? So today, if you can look when you're interacting with your kids and look at, when they're frustrated, because all of our kids handle frustration differently. Some of them pout, some of them scream, some of them have fits, some of them withdraw. I mean, they're all different. And so when you're interacting and you see some kind of behavior change, look at them and think, what are they feeling like? Do you remember being a kid and getting frustrated like that? Do you remember what it was like to not have any control over your life? I mean, and essentially your destiny in the moment, a child's world is everything. And just start to think about, how are they seeing things?
Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the must not take yourself too seriously and 6'1" since that matters. And what do I even say other than hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
What do they wish would happen? How could they participate better in what's going on to get more of what they want out of life? Because even though I understood where my kids were coming from and I felt compassion for them that they were in a situation of not having choices, I'd say stuff like, I know this, if it feels like you don't have any choices in the matter here, but you really do. I mean, when we're cooperating, when we're getting along, when everybody's working together as a family to make the decisions, to figure out what to do, to make things happen, then you have a lot more say-so in your world. But when you wait till the last minute, or when you don't do what you're supposed to do, or whatever the situation is that's going on right now, you lose your opportunity to have the responsibility, to have the say-so in your decisions. So if you want to have that say-so, you've got to be responsible. Responsibility and your own power kind of go hand in hand. If you're not responsible, you don't get to have that. It's almost like it's a reward, but we don't look at it as a reward system. It's really consequential. So, when the kids are doing what they're supposed to, yes, reward them with more flexibility, more challenge, more responsibility. When they're not doing what they're supposed to do, you have to pull in the reins. You gotta really stay on them and make not make rules, but make agreements and keep going back and being really consistent and making maps, charts, like schedules, making things so that the kids can predict what has to happen. You can't get to flexibility until they've learned to be responsible and respectful of the predictable things and the things that we make rules about. So today, look at your kids. See life through their world. What's going on for them? How are they disappointed? How are they upset? Can you acknowledge that and then still hold your line and get the behavior that you need and keep that compassion and that love for them going all through it? Have a great day. Happy parenting.
Thank you so much for joining me here at the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. I assume you're here because you're getting something out of these daily pep talks. And wouldn't it be great if more parents could hear more about these ideas for their children? And you can help me in a great way by liking the episodes, by sharing them on your social media, and especially by providing a review on your platform of choice. So if you could do me a huge favor and do that, it would really help get this out to many, many, many more parents. And we can all help our children feel more seen, heard, and understood, which is my life's work, is to make sure that all children feel loved and appreciated and that we can discipline them without breaking their spirit. So I hope that you've enjoyed these podcasts and will continue to enjoy them. And I really appreciate any support you can give me here at Positive Parenting Pep Talks. Thank you so much. Have a great day and happy parenting.